So, are we live already?
We are live, we are live, we are live, we are live. Hello,
Wow, wow,
everyone.
wow. Let me just try to share from my side, Melody. I
Sure,
know the
go ahead.
excitement. I'm also very excited. It's been long since I saw you here, and
For once you're early, you got here on time.
wow, yeah, I can see we are live. Great.
Yes, we are.
So let me try to share it, Melody. Allow me to share it.
Go ahead.
So, guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you're watching us. Time difference doesn't make us difference. Your color doesn't make us difference. Your sex doesn't make us difference. Your region, everything. We are just equal. We are human beings, and that's why we are here, trying to climb the mountains of relationship and life. So we have been here with Melody for almost 2 years now, trying to dismantle the entanglements that are there in relationships, trying to make it easier for you to understand, trying to make it easier for somebody else also to understand some of the things that generally we are not experts in, but we are professionals who have tried to get expertise out of experience, coaching, training, and also meeting people who have had problems, who have had issues, solving them, and we ourselves also having the same issues and getting solved. So, Melody here, who's with us today, is one of those guys who raised me up and to understand what it takes to love, what it takes to be in a true love, what it takes to get back after a breakup and after having what most of the people say a heartbreak. But to me, 90% of people have never experienced heartbreak because they get into relationship with lies and they get the lie, but in expectation of getting the truth. So let's get grinding this Melody. Last week we were talking about who is to blame when there is cheating in relationship, and then we tried to get closer to it, but we didn't finish it. So let's summarize it. And then now today we talk about how can we avoid all these. How do we try to bring about the change in a mindset, like, all right, cheating is going to go, how are we going to make it possible, Melody? So let's first of all introduce you, Melody. Let's those people who are watching us know who are you, what do you do, and why are you here?
My name is Melody
Mhm.
Chadamoyo. I am a relationship love coach. That's what I like calling myself. And I'm here because I too was clueless about relationship. I too used to think that just because I loved him, everything was going to work out. I too used to think that if things don't work out, all you have to do is walk away and find someone better, something better.
Mhm.
It doesn't quite work like that because you still walk away with yourself, right? And when I realized that fortunately for me, I had not walked away from a marriage. I woke up before I did. But many, many people either physically leave their marriages or emotionally check out. And then, they do other things in the meantime. But I didn't do that. I found that the most important thing for me was to be aware of who I am, what I need, and how I need it, and to facilitate the people in my life, the men in my life, to provide what I needed, and appreciate it when he gave it to me. And sometimes if I didn't understand, because just because I want or I need something, when it's provided, I might not be able to recognize it because maybe the person has provided it in a way I can't identify with. And it's looking at those things and seeing that sometimes the way it's presented is perfect, but I have in my own head, a version of how that it should look like, and
Mhm.
that always wasn't tallying. And that's what caused a lot of the issues that we had. And not loving myself was one of those issues. Not taking care of myself, like taking care of myself in terms of making sure I rested, making sure I restored my energy, making sure I restored my spirituality, making
Hmm.
sure I restored me, the essence of me. I didn't do that because I expected him to do all that work for me, which is not correct. You need to do that for yourself. And when the other person comes to add, they add to what is already there. And you recognize it and you appreciate it.
I really love
Very
that
long,
melody. I
very long
love the
answer.
last sentence. It's not long because, whatever is good, however long or big it is, it's always good. Um, and I love the last part where you say that most of the people expect something from some other people, yet they don't have it by themselves. It is said in simple terms, you only attract who you are, and you attract what you are. You cannot attract what you don't have. You cannot attract what you are not. So, Melody, we exposed cheating in last weekend, last conversation we had here, and we were looking at a spectrum, bigger spectrum of, to handle cheating, and we accepted that cheating is something that is bigger than just, people concentrating on sex, because most often when you write even on a social media, my wife cheated, people will see her sleeping with another man. People will not realize that cheating, there are so many aspects of cheating in relationship, and sex is just the last part. After those many methods or ways of cheating has happened, so people resort to got consolations from others, and the others take advantage of them and ask them, to visit their bed, and that's why people only see the cheating part of the bed or having sex, but then we forget to remind ourselves that there was something that happened, which in the first place was cheating. Maybe you were seeing a woman who was so beautiful, who was so gorgeous on social media and all that, but all this was lies. So when she comes to your house, she removes the makeup, she removes the dresses, she undresses, and then you are, huh? But this is not
The,
the
the,
person I was looking for. Perhaps
the
you were
fake
seeing
boobs, the fake hips, and the fake
yeah.
bums, right?
Sometimes you are seeing a very handsome guy, a very rich guy on social media, and you say, "This is my guy. This is the man I want." And you get in relationship. Then you go to his house. You find out that, oh, I can't keep up with him. This guy has been faking it so much on social media. That's where cheating starts. So that kind of a thing might happen, and then you get distracted, and somebody sleeps over, and you get to have sex with another man or woman. People always tend to see only that. So, Melody, I want you to grind it as we summarize this. Um, what are these aspects, the simple things that bring about cheating in relationship, before we get to today's topic, which is most important, how we can avoid them?
Ooh, that's a loaded question, John. One of them is not telling the truth, lying to each
Yeah.
other, meaning you don't really ask for what you need. You don't really express yourself, communicating properly. Even when
Hmm.
you don't like something, you don't say it. You just, you avoid confrontation as much as you can. That
Hmm.
always creates problems because you will start to feel like something is lacking. Number
Hmm.
two is um Number two is expecting the other person to do your work for you. In terms of most of us struggle with self esteem and self
Okay.
confidence. Most of
Hmm.
us. And we expect the other person to give us self confidence. So when they do something and we feel small, we think it's their fault that we feel small. And we
Okay.
put all the
Hmm.
blame on them. Number three, I would say, um, number three is lack of appreciation. That she cooks you an amazing meal every day and you never once say thank you. She gives birth to your children and you don't appreciate that. Instead, you keep making demands and making demands. Or,
Hmm.
he's going out, he's coming home, he's hustling, he's working hard. And you say, well, he is supposed to do that because that's his job. Appreciation is so important. You know, gratitude is so important. Say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Gratitude every time for yourself, for your life, for your spouse, for everything. It's so important to be grateful when someone, is putting an effort. And another one that I just started thinking about recently is taking each other for granted, like thinking he's doing everything he can to impress you, and you think, that's just the way he is. You don't see that he's making an effort, because you just think, sure, that's who he is, so I don't appreciate that. After a while, a person will start to resent you, because everybody wants to be appreciated. So if you take someone for granted, it's not fair. I did that. I went through a phase where I took my husband for granted. I will admit, and it didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me at all, because he also wanted to be appreciated, like we all do. There's nothing as painful as not being appreciated. I was talking to a friend today, and she was saying, when a husband comes home, people just
Mm-hmm.
say Ndepi. Like in Zimbabwe, Ndepi is just like hi. Like you don't even lift up your head. You just say, and you look at your phone. What's that like? Who wants, like, if when you get home, right? Your home is your kingdom. You want to walk in and be welcomed. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
go there with high heels and a glass of whatever and give him a kiss on the cheek, but acknowledge that your better half or your spouse is in your presence. Acknowledge them. Hi, how are you? How was work? How was your day? Even if they need space, give them the space, but at least acknowledge, oh, yeah, you're here. I am so happy to see you. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. And yet we take each other for granted so many times. We do that with our children, our parents, whatever, until they die, and then we start thinking, oh my gosh, I really love them. Like, uh, yeah, don't do that. The time we have on this earth, and I'm saying this from a very, very personal, very, very personal position. The time we have with each other on this earth is finite.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how much you love a person, they're not going to be with you forever. And every second matters. So value that, appreciate that, appreciate that they are choosing to spend their precious time with you.
With you.
I'm one of those people that I appreciate even my children for spending their precious time with me. I appreciate everybody, including my brothers and sisters. I don't know whether they chose to be in the same family with me or not. But that minute they gave me to talk to me, to listen to me, I appreciate that. They could be doing anything else or something else, whatever they could be doing with their time. It's their time. But they're giving it to me, they're sharing it with me. And that's important. So appreciate that.
What you talk about, Melody, takes me to a certain, do I call it a movie or series I was watching, and this is a dad with the talking to the son, and the dad telling the son, asking the son that, "Do you think I like you?" And he's on his hard tone and he's roaring. "Do you think I
Mm.
like you, my son?" And the son says, "Yes, you like me." And then he's asking his son, "What tells you that I like you?" Then he says,
Yeah.
"I live in your house, I eat your food, I go to school, you pay my fees," and blah, blah, blah. The son mentions a lot of things. Then the father
Mm.
tells him, "You are an idiot. You are an idiot to imagine that me, as your father, I like you because I give you food, I give you home where you live, and I pay your
Yeah.
school fees. You should understand that these are my responsibilities. I might not like you as a father. These are my responsibilities. It is not because I love you that I do that. It is not because I like you that I do that. I do it because it is my responsibility." So, I was left wondering, why was this guy talking to his son that way? So, when I watch these episodes, I don't just watch it and then I leave. I stay back. I just switch off the television or the phone if I was watching it on the phone. And then I will relax back and ask myself, what could be this? So I bring it in a life experience. Then I look at a picture where, think about your employer. Your employer pays you salary, right? Do they pay you because they like you?
No.
They don't pay you because they like you. See, somebody is married to you. They are married to you. It is not a must that they like you or they love you. Sometimes they are just there because they were thinking their time is running out. They need somebody to marry them, and you appeared.
Mm.
Why can people see life that way sometimes? And you see, when such kind of things opens up our heads, opens up our minds, so we get a clear mind and we don't rush things, and which will lead us into lying and lying to people. So if this father lied to his son that, yes, I like you, son. I take you to school because I like you. I give you home because I like you. But he put a message in his son's mind that people can do things to you not because they like you, not because they love you, but because the situation is forcing them to. It's their responsibility. It is their
Mhm.
mandate. They are
Yeah.
obligated.
Yeah. Because men usually are of honor. They will do things
Mhm,
because it's their job to do it. And they will do it whether they enjoy doing it or they don't enjoy doing it. That's just the way it is. And we respect that. And
mhm,
we also need to understand a person being in your life is a gift that they give you every day. I know sometimes when we get good gifts, we tend to forget about them and we take them for granted. And I am saying, let's learn a different way of doing things. Let's learn to appreciate what we have, to be grateful for what we have, so that we keep
mhm,
getting the good things that we get every day. Because that's what makes our lives matter. It more valuable because our lives matter anyway, regardless of what we have and what we don't have. But what makes our lives more valuable is that we have people who know us, who love us, who appreciate us. And
mhm.
we have people we know, we love, we appreciate, and Nelta has just arrived. So I am going to add Nelta and remove that dark thing that's in the corner. I think
Yeah, so you get to remove it so Nelta can be with us. Nelta, welcome.
let's hope what I'm going to do is not going to cause everything to crash. Okay?
Hi.
Or you can just, if you're not sure, Melody, you can just
Mm.
leave it like that. We are good to go.
Yeah, I'm worried that because I'm on my phone, because my phone has got better connection to the Wi-Fi than my laptop.
Yeah.
And but I StreamYard needs to work on the laptop as well. That's why there's that little thing over there. Anyway, yeah, two screens. Hi Nelta, how are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm good,
Great.
Nelta. How are you doing?
I am good. Sorry I'm late. I was having too much fun. I lost track of time.
It's okay. Thank you. Today you took my part.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I'm always late.
Ah, well, we
and
need to
today
stop
you were
that.
early. That's the reason why she was late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
we were talking. Yeah, Melody, you are on the you had the microphone on your side.
I do. And we were just talking, summarizing what we talked about. Some of the reasons why people end up cheating, and sometimes, one very last one actually, the fact that our sex lives really suck for most of us. We don't like. Oh no, for most of us, we don't. What do you call it? We don't take enough time to learn about how to make love to each other.
Mm.
We make love like animals. We know, like in, out, I'm done. When our bodies, we are human beings. We've got hands, we've got legs, we've got mouth and everything. We need to use all those things, right? And also to understand that sexual relationship is as important as eating and or such sexual satisfaction is as important as eating and breathing and doing
Mm-hmm.
all the other things that you need to do. I
Mm.
know we have made sex the devil because I don't know what happened with the people way back when, and the people who started churches decided that sex was the one thing that was going to separate you from God. I don't know what happened with them, but I just want to say, so most of us have a lot of hang-ups about sex, right? We
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
do, and
Mm.
we carry so much shame, and so much that I know so many women, like so many women, who would never talk to their husband about sex.
Mm.
They would have sex with their husband, but they would never have a conversation about it. I just think that's so sad. Because
Because they
if you can
always
do
assume that you judge her if she does.
But yeah, they will be judged. They think like when they ask.
exactly, because if I say I want something, then the
Mm-hmm.
man will say, why do you want that? Where did you learn that? You have been cheating on me. No, no. Like my body knows what it needs. It is telling me you haven't touched me there in a long, long, long time. And it's yearning, it's crying for it. So I've tried to do it for myself, but it's not quite working out. You know,
It's not
so
working out. That freedom, when that freedom is allowed. And let me tell you something, Melody. Sex has been demonized until when a woman gets married to a man, they tend not to speak about it. But then when a man gets a lady outside of the marriage, they tend to speak about the sex because they will chat in mobile phone, they will chat WhatsApp chats, and they start flirting, they start talking some dirty things. But then when he comes home, sex is demonized. Like you eat from the dinner table, you go to the bedroom, you switch off lights, you get into blankets, and you then people start touching each other with the legs. You get it? So the
in the
romance
dark
has
when no
died.
one can see you. Whew,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I also
And
think that the challenge for the most part, like what you're saying, is most of our religious practices say
mhm,
sex is
mhm,
evil and you're not
mhm,
supposed to practice it. While you're not supposed to practice it, you're also not supposed to talk about it. But then
mhm.
when you get married, you're supposed to practice the evil thing, and there is no one to like help you jumpstart from it being evil to it not being evil. So
Not being evil.
your subconscious makes it very hard to move from there, from the thing that you were drilled with for the rest of your life, which is where the problem is, because it's been used to control people's behaviors. And now when you're supposed to be free and be giving, because it's a very spiritual act, it's now difficult, because how do you move from it being evil to it being good? And pleasure
Mhm.
is something, and desire is not considered evil either, but
Yeah.
the two kind
It's
of go together. So make sense of
it,
that.
It does
yeah.
make sense.
So I think you know what, I'm actually thinking right now. If you are getting married, if you have been married for a while and your sex life is not quite where it needs to be, you need to get someone to help you. There are a lot of people now who are teaching people how to be sexual. So, and because sex is not intercourse, people. They're two different things. You can have sex without penetrating someone. You can get
Mm,
a lot of satisfaction from that.
mm,
But that's why I said when I started talking about this, that we do it like animals, where it's like the only goal we have is to make sure the sperm gets into the egg and that's it. But that's not the be and end all. So you need to take the time to study each other, to study what turns you on, to study what makes someone excited, and all sorts of things. And I was just watching a documentary about it just now before I came on this, and on Netflix, and I think everyone should watch it because it's amazing. And it's called Sex, Love, and Goop. And if you have Netflix, go look at it. It's really amazing. I just watched about maybe 10 minutes of it, and I'm hooked already. And anyway, sorry
yeah.
to digress. So that's one of the other issues whereby, and there's also this mindset where men expect their wives to be virginal in the bedroom because, or like, not, yeah, virginal, like innocent kind of thing, when actually You need a little bit of wildness and a little bit of playfulness and a little bit of crazy
Curiosity.
and curiosity. Exactly. But if you
Yeah.
just wanted to go and say, hey, okay, whatever you say, sir, not everyone is a submissive. Some of us are not. Maybe I am. Maybe if I find a good man, I will be submissive. But I'm not. I'm one of those people who's going to ask for what they want, and I might ask politely, but I will still ask. So it's understanding all those things and also learning from our history. What are some of the ideas we have picked up from religion, from the Westerners? Because I know the Brits, for example, the royalty people used to say, when you are sleeping with your wife, you are not supposed to enjoy it. She's not supposed to enjoy it, but you go to the brothel to sleep with a prostitute because that's where you're supposed to have fun. So,
Mm,
so there was always a difference between one and the other, and that created and has created a lot of problems in the community, in their white community. We also have, I think we've adopted some of that behavior now. I don't know how we did it, but we did. And now we have all these other issues that we need healed, that we
mm,
need addressed. And
mm.
especially between the two of you, let's start talking. When we start talking about sex and you're telling someone where you like to be touched, you have no idea, you have no control over how your desire is going to be. So it's actually great to talk about it because it means you don't work too. We have to work too hard to turn each other on. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
wanted to say. Yeah,
yeah,
You know, in simple term, I think, Melody, we should just be open to people and tell people that if you want to, in terms of, because we've talked about so many kinds of cheating in relationship, but when you come to sexuality, as a woman or a man, if at all you want a long-lasting relationship, a relationship where people are gonna be sexually satisfied, then you've got to start learning to be open, because
mm,
just like you said the other time, Melody, whatever part I will touch in you and stimulate you will not be the same part I'll touch on Nelta to stimulate her. They're
mm.
different. Everybody has a part in her body that is different from. So if you're quiet and I'm coming with my experience, some people say that, oh, that guy is so much experience. So I'm coming with my experience. My experience has been with Nelta. And Nelta, I just hug her and she's on. So I'm
Yeah,
coming to you, Melody, with a hug. So I'm
mm.
trying to hug you and nothing is happening. Then what kind of message do I leave with? I'm like, oh, Melody is a whore. Even you
there's
hug her, she
nothing.
feels
There's
nothing.
something wrong with melody.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a whore. Like she's a whore.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hug her. She doesn't, you know. So these are kind of things that are making most of us, 2 days ago, there's a lady who sent me a message on Instagram, and
mm,
she was telling me that she's in a fix. She's in a very big shit. According to her religion, they're supposed to be married when they're virgin. And then she created a fake account on Instagram to look for, on Facebook and Instagram to look for a boyfriend. Where, funny enough, she got another fake account and fell in love with that fake account. So they are trying to be fake from both sides, not knowing that they know each other physically.
ooh,
So, they've been sharing some dirty things over the social media on WhatsApp and, having phone calls and talking darts and all that. So when this person came to realize that she's been talking to a man she knows, and the guy also realized that he's been talking to a lady she knows. And so this guy, see how men sometimes are dishonest. This guy rubbishes off this lady and calls
yeah,
her a whore
yeah.
mm,
and
Which
tells
isn't
to
fair because he's also
yes,
doing a lot of things.
tells his friends about this lady. So this lady is tormented because according to their religion, and I don't want to mention it, but it's something that they're not supposed to even, women are not supposed to even talk about it, just like you're saying, before
mm,
marriage.
Mm,
They are
mm.
not supposed even to text anything written sex or even hear
Oh,
that word. So
mm.
she reached a point where she was thinking like this guy might be could reach their parents, or maybe the message could reach the parents, and if it does, she's dead. So she was
oh,
contemplating even suicide.
oh
Oh
my God.
goodness.
So it took me. She wrote a whole paragraph. It's a
Mm.
long message, 3 pages message written on DM on Instagram. And I read it and I didn't know where to start.
It's a
So
tough one.
you
Yeah.
so you get such kind of people. Somebody, you see, you've been doing it. You've been talking together. But now, after knowing she's so and so, why do you call her whore?
But I
You
also
Yeah.
never
want to
slept with
say
her.
something for this lady.
Mm.
It's sad that things have reached a point where they are, and you need different solutions to
Nelta is gone.
Yeah. She is gone. Am I here?
Yeah, I can hear you, Melody.
Okay, good. You see, this is the reason why I stayed on my phone because yeah, Wi-Fi
sorry,
is crazy.
sorry.
Yeah,
I guess
Nelta is back.
I yeah. So what I was going to say was, for those that are looking for relationships online, stop going too deep with a person until you've met them in person.
Yeah.
When you've met them in person and you have established that what you want from them is what they want from you, take time to go deep with people. It's very easy to text and fall in love with words, but they are not the person. It's no There's no energy in words. You just make up characters. And for us women, because words are the thing that attract us, if I find a guy who's good at poetry and words and is a master of words, it's very easy to get drawn in. But as a person, you need to have them there saying it to you and you experiencing them in person to start sharing yourself in that manner. And for this lady, I don't know how to help her in any way that will make a difference in her life. But I would suggest that if a person like you, John, knew that guy, you need to reach out to him and tell him that if she dies, he's responsible. He needs to know he's accountable for whatever else happens to this lady's life. Because I
Yeah.
think men need to call men out to say you can't,
Yes.
you are not taking responsibility for the fact that you were willing to play around and mess up with somebody you didn't know. Now that you know who she is, because if it could have been me, like Nelta from Zimbabwe, whom he never missed again, it was not
Hmm.
going to be a big deal. But because you find out this person who they are, and the biggest reason he's doing that is because he knows she knows who he is, and
Yeah.
he's doing the I one up you, kick you before you kick me, and knowing that
Mm.
she's not going to kick back because for her the cost is much bigger. But he
Hmm.
needs to know he is responsible for whatever is going to happen with whatever steps he take, from rubbishing her, from whatever, that if she commits suicide, if she gets killed, whatever outcome this is, it's on his life, it's on his hand, and that there will be men who are going to be talking about the fact that he had a hand in the outcome. And it's not going to be a secret. So he knows that people are also watching him in these next steps. Because I think we can't put it all on her to fix this. It's asking too much because she was looking for some experience, and we all
Hmm.
want something. We all want choice, and unfortunately, we come from places sometimes where choice is not always allowed to us, and it's not always easy to get those choices. And usually, women are the ones that have the list of choices, but it doesn't mean our desires are not real. Uh, our wants are not important. So when we try to reach for those things in the way we think works, we also need to be protected. We also need to be respected, even if you disagree with our choice or our steps or our actions.
Yeah, I agree. I think just to say one final thing, maybe she needs to look elsewhere. If she lives in a country where there are other types of help for women or women's groups or women's refuge centers, maybe she should go there to actually seek help. And I do agree with Neota. Some men need to call him up on this and tell him to stop because that's just not acceptable. But we wanted to mention because I'm seeing time has moved on, we wanted to talk about how do you avoid cheating in a relationship.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I wait for you guys to say your piece and then I'll say mine. John, what do you think?
Wow. Personally, I think there's only one formula of avoiding cheating in relationships. And what people have to understand, I've always told people, I'm doing these TikTok lives and coaching and doing all that shit. And this is what I tell ladies, because I've realized that most of the ladies are running away from love. Everybody's just like, I can't love again. I can't be in a relationship again. And when you ask them why, oh, I was cheated. Oh, I was used. Oh, I was that and that. This is what I will tell everyone who's listening, and especially women. Before you confess your love to a man, give men time, because men are not going to fall in love with you within a second.
Mm.
People talk about love in the first sight, but I always rubbish this, especially if it comes from a man, because men, in the first time they see a woman, they lust. They don't love them. Men don't just fall in love. Men lust for a woman. Men get attracted to a woman. They don't fall in love with women at the first sight. So for women, it is possible it can happen because emotionally women are strong, and emotionally women get affected so much deeply, and they take time to heal. But you see, men heal so fast, but they get deep emotionally attacked. So what do we do as a women to avoid being cheated? You've got to take your time with somebody, get your real self outside. Don't pretend to be loved. Don't attract what is much more than you. Don't attract what is less than what you expect. Be somebody who takes her time to do whatever is possible from your life to get the reality that you need. Any relationship that you will get into with a fake person, even if you try to do a makeup, wear some dresses to go meet a man in the rightful way that you are always in. Because this is what happens. What you are every day, even if you plan one single day to be a different part of that thing, there comes a time when it will come. Your normal self will come in. You can try to camouflage yourself for some time, but it will never live with you forever. So it is
Mm.
better not to camouflage yourself to attract, but camouflage yourself to chase somebody away. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. Camouflage yourself
Yeah,
to
I,
make
I
somebody
get
run
it.
away, then camouflaging yourself to get somebody attracted to you. And then when you have
Mm.
given a man a space to fall in love with you. And I want to tell women this: you will avoid heartbreak by not accepting, oh, darling, the first day I saw you, I fell in love with you, and I feel like you are the one who's supposed to be the mother of my kids. That is a fucking thing that is not going to help you. A man is only looking for your good parts. They're looking for those nice, boobs on your chest. They've seen your face is on makeup and everything, and your dresses are good. Men take time to fall in love. What makes man to fall in love with you is your character, your patience, the time you take to forgive them, the way you handle them, how much you are angry, how much you fight, how much you understand to get solutions. Sometimes I know women, you fight every time, you argue every time, even when there's nothing to argue about. So when this man truly
That's
loves you,
very judgmental now. That last point is very judgmental.
it's not
It's
judgmental, but
too
it is
general.
true.
I don't
It
find
is
it whole. So anyway, go
no.
ahead. I understand what you're saying.
Melody, Melody, Melody. I want to rectify myself. Maybe I would sound out of the topic. What I mean by fighting is not physical, but it's about getting to be understood. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're just seated with a woman, and a woman wants attention. She'll just
Mm.
grab something. She'll just talk of something that is not there. She'll just touch something that you did not even expect. Those are the simple fights that are there. They're not physical, they're not struggles, but they're just some fights to get attraction. So, if at all if a man can take that, I'm telling women, if a man is ready to take your bullshit, that's when the man starts to fall in love with you. But before the man experiences those shit you have, my dear woman, don't accept that you are the mother of his kids before he accepts those shits. Because the
Okay.
first person he met, he never falls in love with them. He falls in
I
love with the
I
person
agree.
he
Yeah.
lives with. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
I
agree.
I
Totally.
I that is very
Nelda.
interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting what you said, John. Um
Mm,
because I also know for the most part women don't fall in love instantly. They get
Mhm.
attracted. And what I learned as well is that men use love to get sex and women use sex to get love. And you need to be aware where you are in the spectrum, whether his words have now formed into love or the sex is giving you love.
Yeah.
So so you need to check with yourself and know yourself, I think, before you start
Wow.
delving into this thing, because having sex with someone doesn't mean you're loving each other. It just means you're having sex. When you get to a point where your sex and love meet, you see the difference between the two, because they operate on different spectrum, especially when they come with all honesty and everyone is putting themselves there forward and open and willing to be vulnerable. But I also want to say that, ladies, take your time, like John said. Take your time to make declarations, and especially don't rush. Like, I've met men who run. Um, Men are more scared of being told "I love you" the first time. Honestly, a lot of them. So maybe if you love them, take time before you tell them. 'Cause because maybe he's not at the time where he's actually thinking this is where I am. He's still trying to figure it out. I'm just saying, for the fact that if you are both exploring, but if you are genuinely just honest to say, I just like you, I'm not, and I'm exploring where I am with you, then you're doing different things. But if you met and you're just spending time together for the sex purposes, you also need to be aware of that. But don't be afraid to be honest. Don't be afraid to
Mhm.
be honest where you are, and don't be afraid to be honest what you're looking for. And if a man tells you, I'm just looking for a casual relationship, don't think sleeping with them is going to change the dynamics, because that's not going to change anything. That's not going to change anything. So if you decide you're going to sleep with them, just remember one thing: you have agreed with them on the front that they are just looking for something casual. So you are in a casual relationship with them. And unless a miracle happens and they change their minds, that's it. So, in terms of like cheating and stuff like that, if a person, like, most of us don't actually talk about the fact that I am in a relationship with you and I'm sleeping with you. Are we monogamous? Most young people these days, especially from the West, discuss those things. Are we just you and I now, just exclusively dating? Because a lot of the times we don't talk about that, which leads to when a person goes to sleep with someone else, we call it cheating, when actually we never agreed that this is now an exclusive relationship, even though we haven't yet declared our love for each other. So maybe take time to do that, to do those steps whereby you
Wow.
say, I'm asking you to be my girlfriend now. We are dating, but now I'm asking you to be my girlfriend, and we can be, so that we can be exclusive. Because I've learned that there are steps, and I'm glad that people are being clear on this, because it's very easy. Then you both know, okay, right now we are dating, but John can be dating other people. And then when we get to a point where say we are exclusive, it means we are just exclusive, and what we are doing between the two of us is just between the two of us. It doesn't mean I'm saying I love you. It just means I am just interacting with you in whatever way we are doing. And then if we get to a
Mhm.
point where we are declaring love, then we know we are moving on to the next thing. But when you say I'm girlfriend, it means we are exploring if we can go beyond just being casual. So break it down, simplify it, and then if you decide you're done, you go away. If the other person walks away, well, they walk away. They always have that choice. But don't make it a point where you say someone is cheating on you when you actually never did agree that you're exclusive.
Yeah.
Melted,
Yeah, that,
I've learned a very big thing today.
I'm glad I taught you something.
yeah. Oh, wow. This is so amazing. So I think I would say don't commit. One of the things I notice is a lot of people commit too fast, like that. Take your time, take your time, take your time. When I'm saying commit too fast, you go out on a date, you go out for dinner. That's committing too fast. First date, you don't go out for dinner. You go out for coffee. You go out for a drink. One drink. You have the drink. You say it was nice meeting you. You go home. Take it slowly. Don't rush. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of us, when we spend time with the people, we absorb their energy. We start thinking whatever you're feeling is what this person is feeling. You need to remove yourself so you have distance to start learning. How was I feeling? Did I feel good? Did I feel excited? Or I'm so desperate for a boyfriend. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man. Doesn't matter what it looks like. As long as it's a man, it has two legs. It's okay. Don't
Or
do
he's a
that.
good guy, seemingly.
Yeah, oh, he's a very nice guy. Oh my God, he's so nice. Whatever. Oh, one of the signs that a person is going to cheat on you, he is with you. He's telling someone that, oh yeah, I'm just around the corner to your house. When he's 20 kilometers away from the house, that's a sign of a cheater. If he can lie to his friends, he will lie to you. Okay, so be careful about that one. And another one, don't make your boyfriend your girlfriend. Don't make your husband your girlfriend. He is not your girlfriend. He is your husband. He's a male person. So if you need male female company, keep your girlfriends. Don't get so stuck that you let go of all of your friends, because you need them to fill this space. His job is not to fill every second of your life. Most of us get sick of each other because we think every free time we have, we should spend together.
Mhm.
Find hobbies, do things. I do drama, I write, I do so many things. I read
You
a
coach.
lot. Yeah, I coach people. I spend like I do so many things with my life that if I was with a man, we would have to be creative about the time we spend together, and that time would be quality. We don't spend time bickering because there's no time for that. There are other more important things to do. But if you are waiting for him to come home every day, Monday to Sunday, you are going to have a life that's very difficult. And that person will get sick of you because you're draining all their energy. But if you're coming home and you're saying, today when we went out to piano lessons, I'm just putting things out there, and I learned this, and oh my God, it was so exciting. Oh, I met this person and we got talking. Oh, I did this. You are filling the space with excitement. They will feel good to come to you and talk to you and find out what else is in your heart that is exciting, because passion is very exciting to men. So you say, oh my God, it was so great. And that adds to, oh wow, she's so amazing. This woman is so passionate. All that passion, all for me. Oh my goodness, it's great. That's how it works. That's how you make sure, there is no cheating, even though there are no guarantees in life, but you can put securities. And
Mhm.
yeah, tell the truth all the time. Even like when you feel like you're feeling a bit insecure, when you see him having a relationship that might look like it's going somewhere, confront it head on. Don't say you are going to cheat me. No, you say I feel insecure, and that relationship you have with this person doesn't look very healthy to me. It looks like it might derail into something else. Is there a way you can help me so that I feel more secure? You are owning up. If he loves you, if he cares about you, he will make sure that whatever he's doing with that person will kind of be reduced, and
And
that'll
you
be
know,
good for you.
if you're that open and you're that secure in your relationship, and if you are in a relationship, I'm talking to men now, where things are settled, your partner will notice when something stinky is brewing between you and somebody else. Because it's like this, we can tell when someone wants to ask us out before they do, and we can make room for them to do so, or shut the door and they never get an opportunity, and they'll feel, why come I never get to say whatever? Because we
Mhm.
pick up on those signals long before men do. So just learn to listen to each other.
Yeah, yeah. So those are some of the tricks and tips that we could give you. If you feel and you find that you need more help, you need someone to assist you, or you have been cheated on and you can't heal, you are carrying this pain, you've been carrying it for 10 years, get help. Oh, and another very important thing that I want to say about cheating is this. When it's possible that one day, one time, your spouse might go somewhere and meet someone and get tempted, maybe fall under temptation one time, not two times, one time. I said one time. You need to weigh the balance between what else has he provided in your life, like caring for you, whatever, 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 and he has cheated you once. It's no reason, in my opinion, to break up every or dismiss every good thing that he has done for you for that one mistake, because he's a human being and she is a human being. So you need to weigh that with a heart that is open, because that's the whole point of being a love coach. You have to have an open heart, an open
Hmm.
mind, and be forgiving and understanding, because people make mistakes every time. Like, if you go and you have an accident and you hit someone and they end up in hospital, you want people to forgive you. Like seriously, there's a what's his name? This actor who shot someone yesterday.
Alec
Uh,
Baldwin
Alec Baldwin shot someone accidentally while they
with the
were filming. The
shotgun.
person is dead, right?
Mm.
He didn't intend to kill this person, but the person is
Yeah.
dead. I'm sure
And it was
the
a
family of
blank.
that. Yeah, the woman, the family of that woman will find it very difficult to forgive him because they've lost their loved one. But I'm sure he would want to be forgiven. So I'm putting a crazy thing out there that, like, sometimes these things happen because it's real. Sometimes these things happen. You also need to, don't just go on social media and start telling everybody that your husband has cheated. Take your time, simmer, think, reflect, get help from people that actually think, not people who are crazy. And then, if you are, once you have healed, then start putting it on social media if you need to. Most
But
people go
also
on social
don't go
media.
after the other person.
Yes, most people put stuff on social media and then they can't backtrack them. Then they are too proud to actually mend and heal their relationship so
Hmm.
that they can just get back together because they really want to get back together. They are living for other people. Don't do that.
Mm.
They
Love
live for
yourself
likes
enough.
and comments.
Yes, yeah. Love yourself enough to give yourself space to deal with emotional things before you share them with everybody.
Mm.
And even when you are sharing with people, choose the people that you share with. They need to have earned over years the right to listen to your stories.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think for today, we are done. We are back again soon. When are we back again, John?
2 weeks time.
Saturday after 2 weeks, the next bi we call it bi-weekly, right? After
Yeah.
every
We
two
call
weeks
it
on Saturdays, we will
bi-weekly.
be.
In Ireland, we call it Saturday week.
Yeah, we call it Saturday week. And our times are changing tonight. So, yeah, it's going to be tricky again managing time, but we'll make sure we'll be here. I don't
Okay.
know what
All
time
right,
it's going to
Melody.
be, but we'll be here.
Mm.
And
All right.
I wanted to say the topic for next time. So, give me a second.
And
We
can
wrote
our
them down.
listeners also suggest topics? It would be great if you
Yeah,
suggest topics
Yeah, those who are
for us to
watching as
talk
well
about.
through their comments,
Mm.
they can try to share with us what kind of topic you want Melody to talk about, what kind of topic you want us to host for you. So you can write in the comment section. I think Melody, the next topic we have to prepare it early so that I can also share it. I've been up and down running and haven't shared most of the lives before we go live. So I'm just sharing it once we start, which is not so good for most of our listeners and viewers. Some
yeah,
of them complain so much. Oh, so you guys went live? I didn't know. Why you did not tell us? So
yeah,
Oh, and
did
I
you
wanted
get
to
where we wrote
say
them?
And I wanted to say that because Facebook changed its algorithms. So you need to
Mm,
go into your settings, and I think you might find a lot of them have been put as highlights so that you
mm-hmm,
change like your notifications to all the lives and all the posts
mm-hmm,
on the book on the
yeah,
page on all like so because it like I was also not getting notifications for this live And I had to go look,
Mm.
why are my notifications for the people that I follow not coming up? And yeah, they changed the updated and changed everything. So fix that
Okay.
and you see the notices.
That's
Yeah,
awesome
I
too.
think our next topic is, to what extent must you forgive
To what extent
someone
must you
for,
forgive your spouse?
yes, to what extent must you
So
forgive?
after
That's
2 weeks and Saturday, the Saturday after 2 weeks, not this coming Saturday, the other Saturday, we'll be talking about what extent can you forgive? What kind of mistakes or evil, can I call it that?
no,
No?
no.
So it's
So
just
we
a
are talking
mistake.
the 6th of November.
5th of
Yes,
November.
yeah.
Sixth,
Okay,
sixth,
thanks,
What are
Nelita.
the
Thanks
things
of
for
you
that.
should
6th of November.
forgive, and to what extent you should forgive someone?
You should
This is
forgive
going to be
someone.
interesting because I don't think I'm going to say what people expect me to say. But okay.
Me too.
Um
Me
it's
too. Because I think it's gonna be so interesting. I'm waiting to learn with you guys.
Yeah,
great.
especially after
It was,
cheating. Hmm.
yeah. It was wonderful again, sharing the platform with you and talking about this stuff because it's important. Thank you so much, John Gora in Bahrain and Neuta Shadamoyo in Dublin. And this is Melody saying thank you so much. I'm also in Dublin. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye.
See you.
Let's
Thank
see you
you.
again, guys. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.